Hey folks, welcome back to From the Holler. If you're new around here, my name is Missy, and on this channel, we are dedicated to loving and supporting each other through our loved ones' addictions. And that's going to be a huge topic tonight, okay? First and foremost, I want to say this. My heart goes out to Erica Kirk. We sat and watched the memorial service for Charlie Kirk. And it just ended a few minutes ago. And that woman is the epitome of elegance and grace and forgiveness. I mean, she forgave her husband's assassin. What amazing strength. It's been 11 days. What amazing strength that woman has shown in the past 11 days. I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could. I am in awe of her strength at such a young age. I am. If you know, you know. Wow. What a beautiful memorial service. It was just, it was beautiful. It was. So, anyway, hey Randall. Hey Melody. Hey Kathy. Hey CF. Hey Patricia. Hey Woozy. Hey Ashley. Hey Dee. Hey Wifey. Oh. Hey Miss Charlotte. Hey Debbie. It was all I could do to make it through all of that. And yeah. Hey Deborah. So I want to tell you the reason why I think that her speech, hey Dawn, her speech was emotional anyway. Hey Debbie. But for me it was especially emotional because this morning I woke up and I'm sitting there, I'm just casually scrolling through Facebook, while I'm having my coffee and having my 2-hour wake up period. I am not a morning person, okay? I am not. And back when Joseph overdosed, I've told y'all this. The person that sold it to him, okay, sent me a friend request on Facebook. And I know the reason why. Hey Cindy. He wanted to find out whether Joseph was still alive or not, okay? And see if I would post, that's my opinion. Why else would a major dealer send a mama a friend request? And this particular dealer, he there's a whole community that knows this person, okay? And he has been implicated in 2, possibly 3 unalivements of girlfriends that he's had. They have all OD'd and lost their lives. And he has been, it has been said, let me get this right so that I don't get in trouble, okay? It has been said that he was the last one to be seen with 100% 2, possibly 3, okay? So I wake up this morning scrolling through Facebook, just, not really paying attention, thinking more of what I've got going on today, what I need to get done before the memorial service starts, because we have planned our day to be here and be present and be watching this memorial service, okay? I've told you, we have followed this young man for most of his career, okay? And this particular, if this dude is stupid enough to send me a friend request on Facebook, guess what? I'm stupid enough to accept it, okay? That's me. And then that way I can keep an eye on him too, right? But anyway, lo and behold, his name pops up on a post on my Facebook, and he's in a new relationship with a girl. She's from here. I probably know her parents, maybe her grandparents. I don't know. I've not done a whole lot of digging because it made me sick to my stomach. Does she know this person's history? Is she a user also? Is that one of the reasons? A lot of things ran through my mind, okay? Again, I have to be careful what I say. This person and his antics, this person's name and his antics and comings and goings has been turned over. I swear, y'all, it seems like hundreds of times to officers. We have 100% proof that he was the seller of the stuff that Joseph took. 100%. I have Joseph's phone. Wink, wink. Okay? It was taken off of Joseph when he overdosed and wrecked his truck and went to jail. He didn't have time to erase shit off of there. Okay? I have 100% proof. 100%. It has been sent. Proof has been sent. And y'all, they don't do nothing. Nothing to this boy. I won't call him a man. Okay? I won't. I won't call him a man. He's a boy. He does little boy stuff. They won't touch him for whatever reason. They won't tell us the reason, but they won't touch him. His name was given to them again back in April. And then again 2 weeks later in May. Now, we're not the only ones. We are nowhere near the only ones. Like I said, there's a community of us that know this boy. And I'm done. I I am sick to death. I am worried about this young girl. Okay? I am. I'm worried about her. With his history and with the things that have happened between him and Joseph. Now, when Joseph was in active addiction, that was his bro, man. They were, that was his bro. That was his best friend. That was his newfound family. They were like this. And this dude, Mom, you don't even know what you're talking about. He wouldn't ever do anything to hurt me, to get me in trouble, to blah, 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 blah. But he almost killed you twice that I know of. 3 times, actually. But yeah, he wouldn't do anything to hurt you, right? He gave you gray death. That little numbnut probably mixed himself without a clue, okay? Because he's touched in the head. Without a clue as to what he was mixing together. It's just whatever he had left over in his arsenal. And gave it to you, right? But he wouldn't hurt you. I totally understand that. I do. I totally understand that they may be looking for his supplier or whatever, but when you're implicated in the unaliving of people, I'm just saying. My husband, good Lord, my son caught charges because of this guy. Okay? This guy OD'd on his own product, and Joseph took him, or was taking him to the hospital, to the emergency room, which, if the shoe was on the other foot, this dude would have just let Joseph lay there. Okay? But anyway, Joseph was taking him to the hospital, and they got pulled over. And guess what? Dude had a lot of H in his car. Okay? Now, Joseph swears up and down he didn't know that was in the car. I don't know that he would have driven that car had he known, but okay, whatever. And Joseph thought he would be a really good friend. He didn't understand exactly how much was there. And he thought he'd be a really good friend to this numbnut. And he claimed the H is his. Turns out there was enough for trafficking charges to be brought against my son. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So he had to deal with that. This was a few years ago. Okay. But the fact is that this little dinky-doo is still on the streets, still living the high life. No pun intended. And I worry. I worry for that girl. I do. I do. Paps was out mowing. Was it last night or night before? I don't remember. But he was out mowing, and we just kind of, Joseph's truck is here, okay? The one that he was driving and wrecked and all the things. It's here. Has been here. And it was in the way of Pap's mowing. And I was out dealing with the chickens, and Paps hollered at me and asked me to get the keys for Joseph's truck. And as I was coming into the back door, I heard him say, if you want to go ahead and move it, then go ahead. I came in, I got the keys, I got out there to the truck, I unlocked the truck door, and I opened it, and my heart sank, and I shut it. I couldn't get in that truck. I couldn't. Even though Paps has been in it, and drove it around the yard or around the block or whatever, to keep the battery up and keep things going and all that. Joseph wasn't the last one in that truck, but all I can see is my son in that truck. I couldn't get in it. I could not make myself get in it. I shut the door. Paps is on the lawnmower. He's just mowing away. Got his little earbuds in, everything. And I took the key. I just started walking towards him, and I had big tears in my eyes. And y'all, I didn't expect it to hit me like that, okay? I didn't. I didn't see that one coming. He said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "I can't do it. I can't do it." And he said, "I understand." And he reached his hand out for the keys, and I gave them to him. And I just turned around to walk back in the house, and he said, "It's going to be okay, And I turned around and looked at him, and I said, When does this stop?" And I just came on back in the house and had me a big old cry. Felt better, So yeah. So all weekend, I've been sitting here thinking and praying and all the things that I need to do. Okay? I have seen 2 mamas post on Facebook that they lost their child in the past week. And I think, if I think I'm going through hard stuff now, what if that would have been the end of my story? Okay? What if I had lost him back in April or in May? Thank God I didn't, okay? But what if I had? What if I had because back then I was like, I don't know what else I have to say. I don't know what else I need to say or can say, or should I even say anything to these people anymore? You know, what do I do? What do I do? And was looking for guidance. And I think I've talked about it a little bit on here, okay? Trying to figure out, do I shift the channel into something else? You know, what do I do with everybody that's I I almost went into silent mode, okay? And it was like the good Lord jarred me out of it, okay? We can't be silent. We cannot, because being silent about addiction, well, it can cause a lot of things to happen. One, it isolates us. It isolates us to the point to where we lose all control. Okay? As long as we're speaking out and we're putting it out there, we're raising our voices, okay? We're being heard. It's not falling on deaf ears, y'all. We're being heard. Are we being paid attention to? Not enough for my liking, but we're being heard. And we're being heard more now than we have been in the past, I don't even know how many years, okay? Oh hell. Gizlet's got like 50 accounts, and we'll count down all the way to 1, okay? But it isolates us. And that's where addiction gets dangerous. Not only for us, but especially dangerous for the addict. Okay? And if you're in the Facebook group and you saw my post from this morning, then you will know what I'm about to say. Okay? What? Hang on just a minute. That is not my community. Okay. Even on your weakest days, you are stronger than the addiction that tried to destroy you. And I said, we need to be saying and showing this to our loved ones who are working to achieve recovery on a daily basis. They need to know we've got their backs. This road isn't easy, and we see their struggle. It's so easy, and let me tell you, okay, it is so easy for them to use the teeniest, tiniest little grain of sand as an excuse to relapse. Okay? It is. Ask me how I know. It is so hard sometimes. And if they don't know that we see them, that we hear them, that we love them, we want them, then they can use that as an excuse. And hey, let's be honest here, okay? That could be their last relapse. Forever. Okay? Let's put it out there. Our silence, our unspoken words, our unshown emotions, our sitting and twiddling our thumbs Yeah. Oh. So I'm looking at the conversation over here. Let me interject here. Joseph does not have contact visits. Okay? He does not. And I don't know when he will have. It may be towards the end of the year. And it will only be one a month. And I will never, ever jump in front of Aiden so that I can give him a hug or whatever, and Aiden be knocked out of visitation, or, you know, an extra hug from daddy or whatever. I will never do that, because that baby needs it more than I do. Okay? And there's Gizlet back. Oh, you little shit. You're. No, it's not just one person per contact visit. If memory serves me right, I think it's two, possibly three. Um, I don't know. I I don't know. Joseph's court date is coming up in a couple of weeks. My hope is that this will help settle all of us down a little bit, okay? That's my hope. I'm not ready to go as of today, right now, Sunday, September 21st. I'm not ready. I am not ready to I'm not ready to go see Joseph. I know that when it comes time for me to have to leave and that visit to be over with, I am going to be tore up. Okay? uh, I have to keep my composure. Okay? Especially in front of Aiden. That's very important. Now, I mean, he's seen me cry, you know, but when it comes to this, it's going to be more than just a cry, okay? It's going to be like ugly, ugly crying, okay? Ugly crying. And I know, y'all, I've done squirreled off away from my original point. I know, I know, I know, I know. I'm going to have to start making notes on this, okay? And have my little cue cards sitting here like this, okay? I know, I know. Because now I can't remember what, what I was even saying. I want, I want to go and visit with Joseph. I want to give him a hug. But I know that, I mean, if I can't even get in his truck and move it, you know, 100 yards in the yard, I I can't go in there and visit him and leave him. I can't do that. I'm not. I'm not there yet. You know, I'm not. The holidays are coming up, and you know, I have always I've always made the holidays big for my kids, okay, and my grandkids. I always have. I've always loved the holidays. And I know they're coming up, and You know, Aiden deserves to have the best holidays ever, but they're going to be hard for Nanny. Okay? Do something original, Gislett. Come on, dude. Okay? You ain't getting no war. Do something original. Holy shit. That is awesome, Miss Debbie. That is awesome. Yeah, you always worry about relapse. Okay? You always do. You're just waiting. You've lived through the trauma for so long, and the other shoe is always dropped, right? Every single stinking time, right? So when they go into recovery, that's much better, Gislett. That is much better. You're on a good path now, dude. So when they go into recovery, you're still all tensed up because you're waiting on that other shoe to drop. And I have never made it to the point to where I was able to get past that. Okay? So I can't tell you if it eventually ends or if it, is always in the back of your mind or whatever, because it's always become a reality for me. Joseph has, tried recovery and all that, and we've not made it very far. Even though, I thought this last time that we had made it a lot further than what we actually did. Oh. Oh wow, Cheryl. Because they don't want to have to take accountability. How dare we break up their fun time, right? How dare we call them out on their BS? How dare we mess up their good time? It's our fault, right? Oh, Lord. Gislett, no. Mm-mm. Cheryl, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I can't be silent, okay? I've already almost lost my son several times within just a year, okay? Because it was August of last year, um, when I got called to the emergency room. And he was supposed to be all good. And the more I sit here and think about it, the more I see I can almost pinpoint when he started using again. I can. And I'll tell you, it was before April. Okay? It was before April. Oh, Lori, I wish I had an answer for that. I, I don't know. I don't know. Um, I don't know. I don't know that I could. I don't know that I could. And it's just a trust thing, you know. And I mean, he's going to do it whether you're there or not. But you know, I don't know. Oh, Cheryl, I am so sorry. Yes, yes. Don't you ever apologize. No, no, no. It's never enough about you and yours. No. That's what we're here for. That's what this channel is about. Okay? Don't ever apologize for that. Please don't. You know, it's hard to sit here and talk for a long time. Believe it or not, I have trouble finding words and things to talk about, okay? I do. I get accused of regurgitating the same thing over and over again. Whatever. Whatever. I have the best of intentions, okay? And then I see somebody struggling and it's like, oh, well, yeah, I've been there and done that. I've been there and done that, and here's how I handled it. Right or wrong, okay? Because I'm not the same mama that you are, or the same person that you are. And so, yeah, I might handle it different than you do. And if you were in those shoes, you might handle it different than I do. I don't know. That's what makes us all unique and what makes the world go round, right? And with, the things that have happened in the past 2 weeks, we could all use a lesson in learning that there are differences, and learning that no matter what, we're still in the same boat. Let's figure it out. Let's freaking figure it out, okay? Oh, goodness, Dawn. Oh, goodness. Dawn, do you have a drug advocate at your health department? Oh, that'll be good, Lori. That'll be real good. Yeah. If they're willing to help, and that'll help ease your mind too. It will. It will. Call your health department tomorrow and ask if they have a drug advocate. Okay? If there's not one in the county that you live in, call the surrounding counties. If they have a drug advocate, then get with them and find out if there's any help whatsoever getting her into a sober living house or whatever she needs to be in. Okay? See, I love this community. Everybody's jumping in there and offering solutions and offering support and love, and wow. Exactly, wifey. Exactly. Which is what's needed. It really is, because, if we all did the same thing, we're all going to get a different turnout, a different reaction, a different, you know, No. There's your word. Okay? We are. It's not all going to. It's. Yeah, I know. I know, Deborah. I know. You stop. Uh, I totally get that. I do. I do. I totally get that, Deborah. You know, I there has to be something. And if you guys can't figure something out, shoot me an email or holler at me on Facebook. I know both of you guys are in the Facebook group. Holler at me on Facebook or on Messenger or whatever. Let me know. Let me know where you're located, and I will get with a contact that I have here who can help me try to find some help for you there. Okay? Hey, Erica. Okay, we'll see what we can do. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but we can try. Okay? We can try. Oh, look, it's my favorite numb nut putting up the laughing emojis. I love it. Yeah, I love this. Ugh. Love it. Love it. Love it. So, one of these days, YouTube's going to make it to where I can find out who you are. Yes, they are. I'm going to be able to see it. So you keep on. It does not bother me at all. No kidding, Cheryl. I hope they don't either. I, I've I don't wish this on my worst enemy. I don't. They couldn't handle half the shit that we have to put up with on a daily basis. Okay? And if they had to, you know, if they had to give their child mouth to mouth or CPR or Narcan them or whatever, it'd be a different story. It would be. But they think it's funny because, oh my God, we have the audacity to put our voices out there. Let me tell y'all something. That just makes me want to talk even more. It does. It makes me want to talk even more. It makes me want to push harder and harder and harder for the people that are in charge of handling things that we need for them to handle. It makes me want to get their attention even more. So there's that. We talked about, what was it we talked about? Hang on a minute, y'all. Let me see. Hold on. I don't remember what day it was. I don't remember what day it was. But we talked about, y'all, I've sat here and squirrel. Amen, Charlotte. Amen, because you know. Okay, you know. I don't even remember. What day was it? I don't even know. Yeah, I have had a brain fart. Okay. I have. I got a gnat in here. It seems like I've got a gnat in here every time. Whew. I, yeah, I've lost my train of thought and it's derailed and uh, it ain't coming back anytime soon. So if I think, uh, oh yeah, we were talking about. I know what it was now. We were talking about Big Pharma, okay, and how um, it was the day that I posted about the war on drugs, okay, and we were talking about going after Big Pharma. Well, okay, let me say this. You know my conspiracy theory about somebody's making money off of all these drugs being brought in, right? Right? I don't hold back on that. I believe it 100%. I believe, I believe Big Pharma might be in on that, okay? Because Big Pharma is making big money on addicts with all these medicines that are supposed to help addicts, kick their cravings and do this and do that. And they are a big part of the rehab scene. And we all know that Big Pharma pays out big incentives. They send their lobbyists. Track the money. Track the money. Track the money. I am. I'm actually researching that right now. I am. I plan on putting up here on my channel the names of the people that are supposed to be working for us. I plan on putting their names up here. Okay, if they're taking money from Big Pharma, I'm going to put their names up here. If one of them happens to be your congressperson or your senator or whatever the case may be, you'll know it. You'll know it. Is it going to take me a little bit? Yes, it is, because I'm busy, okay? I cannot just sit here and do it all at one time. So it's going to take me a little bit of time to get this done. So, but yeah, that's coming. I want to know. I want to know. Because I've told you, follow the money. Follow the money. All them drugs were not released into this country by freaking accident. Okay? They were not. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me that. Ow. And with the release of the trank and the rhino trank into the country, the number of overdose deaths, you want to tell me that stayed the same? Because I'm going to call you out on that. Okay? I'm going to call you out on that. There's no telling what the real numbers are. We may never know. We may never find out. And I don't know that I'm okay with that. I really don't. But we may never know what the real numbers are. Are some of them misreported, or, I don't know if misreported is the right wording to use, but are some of the death certificates not labeled right, or not, the right wording is not put on there or something? I don't know. I don't know. I just know that with everything that I have seen, all of the news stories and all of the reports and all of the Facebook posts and YouTube posts and Instagram posts and all that, there's no way that nationwide, that 107 to 110,000 a year is anywhere near right. And I can also tell you that that number would not remain the same consistently for as many years as it had, or it has. If you'll look, it's not went up or down in a long time. And I'm going to have to call BS on that too. Okay? I am. Us in our income bracket, you almost have to be a freaking millionaire in order to be able to afford rehab or almost any help whatsoever. Okay? And I know in some states, they do the free methadone and all that. I understand that. I'm going to speak about here. Okay? You almost have to be a millionaire to get any help, to get into rehab, a good rehab, okay? One that ain't going to put you out on the streets of Vegas, after you've been there for a couple of darn days. To get any help whatsoever, us that are in middle and lower class incomes, no, we're expendable. Our kids are expendable. We don't matter. Even with insurance. I mean, holy shit, we can't afford to go, buy groceries or pay this enormous rent that they're wanting for these little shacks. Okay? A little single wide trailer with the floor falling through, and they're wanting $1,200 and $1,400 for it. Yeah. We don't have a snowball's chance in hell of being able to afford any help for our kids. And they sure don't. Because y'all already know addicts don't have any money. Okay? Most of them don't have jobs to where that they have insurance. Some of them have committed fraud, so they've been kicked off the Medicaid, or in our case, the TennCare system, and they can't get back on it because of said fraud. So they're pretty much just floating around out there with nothing. No help. No nothing. So they get picked up by law enforcement, and we all know what that is. Revolving door. And they're expected to pay all these fees and do all this and all that. We know that ain't gonna happen. And yeah. Yeah. But it is what it is, right? Debbie, you holler at me anytime, okay? Anytime, my darling. If y'all found stuff on your child and they have a child, would you tell the grandbaby's mama? Yep. Yep. Tell them. They need to know. Especially if that child is around that person. Yes. Yep. They need to know. Yes. Yep. Down. Yep. Exactly. And it's those rehabs that are the worst. They don't care. They don't care. And 7 to 10 days, that ain't even enough to get them detox good. If they're on the hard stuff, that ain't even enough to get them detox good. It ain't. They know it. They know it. Thank you, Miss Debbie. Thank you. I appreciate that. I do. There you go. Put them babies first, because they're the ones that matter. You can't do anything about, the daughter-in-law or Rooster. You better get out of here. Go Vols. Thank you for jumping on, Rooster. It takes a little bit of time to get all those chemicals out of their bodies and out of, their brains to even start functioning, waking up again. It doesn't happen in 7 to 10 days. It does not. It can take 24 months. So, there's that. There is that. Yeah. Yeah. And say, what are these meds doing? If they're handling, if they're putting them on med, and I have not researched this, okay? I have not. This is just my opinion. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. All these medicines that they're putting them on to, handle the cravings and all that, is that not an inhibitor? A brain inhibitor? I don't know. I'm asking. Okay? To me, that doesn't sound like it helps. Okay? And I'm sure the doctors may be getting a little bit of a kickback. I'm just saying. So, there's that. And, oh. Oh, I am so sorry. God, that breaks my heart. That breaks my heart. Y'all. Good Lord, Dawn. That that's mind blowing. Okay? That is mind blowing. And them muscle relaxers are not, that's not good for an addict. I'm just saying. Neither are the sleeping pills. They can become addicted to those. And a lot of them do. Oh my gosh. That is crazy. That's crazy. Y'all, I know that I have just been rambling tonight. Okay? I have been. There's a lot in my mind. There's a lot on my mind. There's a lot on my heart. I've got all this stuff that I want to do to help our community, to help others. Thank you, Michael. Thank you for sharing that. Uh-uh. Me either, D. I'm serious. I have to be pretty much dying before I will take a Tylenol or ibuprofen or naproxen or anything. Mm-mm. No. I don't trust anymore. Okay? I don't. But there's so many things that I want to do, that I want to get started, that I want to get off the ground. And sometimes it comes out correctly. And sometimes it comes out in spurts, okay? Sometimes I squirrel off onto something else and that thought's gone. That's just the way it is. Oh my gosh, Dawn. So anyway, I need someone that has some experience in starting a nonprofit. So if you or someone you know and trust has experience in that, I need some help. Okay? I need some help. Debbie, I've got your phone number, don't I? Exactly. Ooh, shiny. Oh. Yep. I have my squirrel moments. Okay. Thank you. I will. I will. So it's going to be a busy week this week. I have a big doctor's appointment coming up, and Paps is going to be going with me. So if that tells you how big it is, I have waited on this appointment since May, and it's finally happening. Hopefully we'll get some answers on some things. Hopefully, knock on wood. I gotta go pick up my Azure Standard order. Wifey! can't believe in you. Yeah, I am too. Gotta go pick up my Azure Standard order. All the things there. Thank you, Asher. I appreciate that. And um, I think that's it. I, my mind's like, it's going 50 miles an hour right now. Okay, well, probably faster than that. I'm so glad you got those 14 months. I really am. I don't trust them either, especially my GP. Okay? I am on the hunt for a new normal doctor. Good night, Ashley. Love you. I'm looking for a new one. I'm getting feedback from others about some things about this particular doctor. I'm not happy. I know I'm not happy with the way she's treated me. Okay? I shouldn't have to do my own. I shouldn't have to do my own practice and my own research and diagnosis. I shouldn't. And tell her what test she should be running. Okay? Shouldn't have to, but I do. So, yeah, I'm looking. So, anyway, I'm going to jump off here tonight. Love y'all. If I don't see you before, I'll see you Wednesday. Be loving, be supportive, be patient, both with each other, yourselves, and your addict. Love you guys. Mean it. Have a great week.